Hey everyone, this is Brandon Barnum. Today I'm going to be showing you a little bit about this infographic that I created. This is for a lesson creation project that I'm doing for a course on universal design and accessibility. So that's mostly what I'm going to be talking about for this particular short video. So looking at this infographic that we put together, notice the simplicity. I wanted to keep it very simple, easy to understand page that highlights the big ideas of what we're going to be talking about in the lesson. This is, of course, one of many different instructional materials that I'll be using in the lesson, but this is supposed to be one of the first things that your learner is going to look at. Nice and easy to grasp concepts, simple organization of information, and it's an illustration through a different media than a simple text read, so we can actually have something to look at. This was made in Canva. Canva is good for a lot of good image creation and things like that. One of the interesting things about Canva is it has accessibility tools that will check to see how accessible your content is. So when I actually went to that setting, it had three different accessibility tools that it brought up. One was the typography, so it checks to see is your text font size good? The font type, is it a good font for accessibility? It also has color contrast checking, so checks to see how the colors on your document are going to attract the eye line correctly. Is it easy to navigate in that regard, or is it all kind of blended together? Is it too much color? Things like that. Which, of course, I chose simple colors, blues, blacks with a white background, so highlights the right spots, which we'll talk about in a second. And then also it looks at alternative text. So for those who need a text-to-speech option, who can't really see the infographic but need to hear it, notice there are not only text information, but there are images, and there's even dividing lines between subjects, and also a few arrows in there. And so I was able to actually go to each one of those pieces and write a little alternative text for example, the arrows. There's a little description for text-to-speech where I was able to write arrow pointing from topic to examples of the topic, and I was able to write that down. On the actual lines, it will say dividing line between topics, and that way your text-to-speech works properly. So for that aspect, in terms of UDL guidelines, I was able to put that together. But again, we want to keep this a very simple concept, introductory concept, so to speak. So you start with, we're looking at learning environments in this lesson. So how to prepare that learning space. And we start with physical learning space. The physical space enhances comfort and focus, supporting various activities for learners. And then it moves down to the examples with the image that's next to it showing a specific space itself to give you an idea of context. And then you look into digital learning spaces, and the image there creating a imagery of somebody on a computer or a laptop to show you what part of the icon you're looking at. And then finally, psychological space for learning, and it just has people interacting with one another in a safe environment. So each one of those visual icons are supposed to help engage a person in a different way than just the text. So hopefully this infographic will be helpful, especially in a context that specifically highlights UDL guidelines, Universal Design for Learning, in a way that can engage many people and not just one specific type of learner. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on my my Canvas course that I'm creating. So wish me luck.